and welcome to the program where we make fun of sales, training, and promotional films of the past. My name is Jason Reed, here, as always, along with my co-host, Chris May. And Chris, you are appropriately dressed for the feature we've got for everybody.
I don't want to give away too much, but it is a military khaki green, and there are epaulets. So, again, not trying to say too much. And this actually isn't an enlisted shirt. This just happened to fit it fit the wardrobe.
It's the style. Fits the style at the time.
Yeah, you're going to recognize that accent too, by the way, in this video.
Yes, indeed. We are going back to 1943 with a training film from the U.S. War Office that actually stars Burgess Meredith, who you may remember from Rocky and the old Batman series, as well as Bob Hope, who is, obviously one of the U.S.'s most popular entertainers of the 20th century. So that is a treat. And really, this film, just to give you some background, shows U.S. servicemen what to expect and what to do and not to do when they're in their host country.
Yeah, this is great because, first of all, you have the United States versus England, which there already is a rivalry that goes back centuries. But you also have a country in Great Britain that had just come out of hundreds of years ago being the Roman Empire, so they're already conquerors. As England, they've conquered everything, so they've been at war literally forever. And America was only getting into it. So
Britain, where we've been fighting Hitler for 3 years and everyone is poor. Welcome.
I'm just the guy to show you around England. Sure, I know all about it. Why shouldn't I? I've been here 3 weeks.
Oh.
Well, first thing I
that
think
qualifies
we ought to
you
take
as
a
an
look
expert.
at is
An English pub?
Pub.
an English pub.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Get a load of this.
Only Burgess doesn't go in, he just kind of hangs around outside.
He observes.
Nice quiet pub.
What you fellas could do with a pair of good old American dice? That's a girl
American
game.
dice? That dice were Chinese. Why did I think the Chinese invented dice?
They probably did.
Here I am.
Yeah, they're thrilled to see you, buddy.
Well, this looks like an interesting corner. Hiya, babe.
He talks like
What
a
you doing
Looney Tunes
tonight?
character.
Watching. What are you having?
I can't believe that he just did that.
really?
That
A
is
hep
so
tomato.
inappropriate.
I'll have a slug of bourbon.
Oh, here we go.
Is this stuff any good?
I don't know, I haven't smoked it.
I got a
don't know.
million of them, honey.
I got a million of them. Give me them.
Don't
Give
throw
me the
your money
million.
around like that.
Oh, this is going to get ugly.
Don't mess with the Scotsman.
Now we're going to have a brawl.
Don't fool around with those Scotchmen. They're tough babies.
20 years of chambermaid and never
Look at the guy's
cracked a
teeth,
pot.
he's Bugs Bunny.
Hey, we ought to get
I was
rid
going to
of
say,
that
is
fella.
that
He makes it
is
tough
it
for
Mel
the rest.
Blanc?
I don't
What a
think so, but
character. What are these
very
things
similar.
for? Good conduct?
Similar voice anyways.
One of these fine. Good
How do you like it over here, Yank? Well, you ask for it. I don't like it.
How's that?
Well, you see, back home, every morning I have steak for breakfast.
I thought you had
And
carrots
there's
for
6 in
breakfast.
the family, and every morning we all have
He's
steak for
bragging
breakfast.
about having
You don't blame
a
me, do you?
really awful breakfast.
No, I don't blame you.
Well, I gotta be going. There's a cab waiting outside. You know, we gotta
I know
hire
the
them by the
Scotsman's
night.
only 29 years old, but
Well, Sandy,
with,
take care of yourself.
29.
they
and
aged
keep your
they aged
spirits
back
clean.
then. Poor health habits. Yeah, if only that guy would just disappear in a puff of smoke, just
Yes, I
spontaneously
better
combust.
blow.
Oh! Ooh,
All
you
right.
nailed
I done
it.
that. Sure, I had to get rid of that soldier. He was too bad an example. Maybe if you play your cards right,
Burgess
you'll be
Meredith made him
invited to
disappear. That's
supper.
awesome. Then he got invited for dinner as a
Among their
result.
precious
Good
Yeah.
for him.
possessions are pieces of bombs that nearly did them in.
It's going in the stew later.
They take a kind of grim pride in holding on to them.
Look at that.
I like how he points to the sky to show you where the bombs came from, that they didn't come up from the
Kids are
earth.
away. Their
Take
families
a
are
look.
pretty
They came
generally
from the
broken
sky
up.
and from
The
to the
son
earth
is
they
a rear
fell.
gunner in a Lancaster bomber.
Oh,
He's done
wow.
21 raids. The daughter's in the WAFs.
It's quite a
Heard
whack.
From the left.
He was in the wickety whack.
These are proud people, and they don't like to tell you the things they're short of, like tablecloths. Which are nearly
Yeah, like that
impossible to
hole was a
replace.
surprise to me.
and their food,
Oh yeah, which put the tablecloth down in the first place. Wait a minute, hold on a second.
So that when a
Talking about
visitor
crash,
comes,
and
they're
yet
apt to
she's
place
putting
on the
more
table
butter on top of a plate
what's
full of
got to
butter.
last them all
It's
the
for
week.
pride.
Okay, well,
Let's
let's
show
try
they're
those.
so poor. They've got visitors.
Yeah, there's a lovely reel. Catch a whale with it.
This
Catch a whale with
rationing is
that.
something that you ought to know about.
Yeah, because the
You
guy's
know how
obviously
it
read
is
Old Man
back
in the Sea
home,
and believed
or
it.
was. Your host looked on it as a compliment the more you ate. Well,
And the more
here
you
you
fished.
have to watch out because things are so short.
All right, now, will you come up to the table?
And it's especially tough when one or two people live alone like Bill and his wife.
You know, I think they were rationing ties
So,
back then. Look how
here's a
short
little
they were.
lesson for you on how not to behave.
There was a shortage
when
of
invited
polyester.
out to
The
supper
ties only
in a
came down
British
to the
home.
sternum.
Don't grab a handful of tomatoes. They're rare luxuries.
Grab a handful of
Why?
tomatoes.
Go easy with the meat.
Why is he
They
flexing
each
the
only get
tomatoes?
25 cents worth a week. You can eat it all in one gulp, but don't. And butter, go slow with the butter. Very slow. 2 ounces a week plus 8
Very
ounces
slow.
of margarine is the lot.
That is the most amount of
Green
butter I've ever seen
vegetables
on
aren't so
one piece
bad.
of bread.
And all the potatoes
Green
you
vegetables
want.
aren't so bad because nobody
Crockery
wants
is
them.
mighty scarce.
You don't make friends with salad, Jason. That's why.
That's true. You don't make friends with salad.
And
Don't make
tea,
friends with salad.
2 ounces per person per week is all they get. They can't have it as often as they want.
Well, I think
Sugar.
that goes for a lot of us. We can't have it as often as we want.
Pretty much a
Get
life lesson.
8 ounces a week. They have almost given up having it in their tea. Jams
Just
and
turn that tea
preserves,
into a
4
Coca-Cola.
ounces a week. So this is a particularly horrible example you're seeing, but you get the idea.
Just that.
So they had to stop and
It
feed
isn't
the
that they
film
are
crew with that
starving.
meal, and then they come back to
Just
the
that
one
they have very
tomato
little to give to other people.
Burgess Meredith.
Remember, they won't tell you these
Film
things.
crew of 10 ate everything that was on his plate. That's the way you ration, my friends. What a pig.
Yep.
Now that was the wrong thing to do.
That was boorish behavior is what that was. Boorish. Oh, here we go.
You'll get in trouble driving on the wrong side of the street. As if I didn't know they'd drive on the left-hand side of the street in London. Now, how much is it, my good man?
3 and 9 on the clock, sir.
3 and what?
3 and 9 pence on the what?
Excuse me, 3 and 9 pence.
The knockers on
I
the
see. Now,
Roger.
what
What did he
3 and
say?
9 pence? Which is the 3 and 9 pence here?
We haven't got a 3 and 9 penny
Yeah,
coin,
watching
sir.
Americans
You
deal
haven't
with
got a
foreign
3 and 9.
currency at the best
Not
of
yet.
times
What's
isn't
that?
great.
That's half a crown.
That's
half
true.
a crown.
Right.
I
Now,
find
which is the
also
whole
that
crowd
Americans
here?
love to make fun
Well,
of the
we don't
currencies
use
that
them
they
now,
don't
sir. The
understand.
barmaid
Instead of
to
it's
cut them
like,
all.
oh, I don't understand. Can you help me? It's
But how do
your
I get,
currency's
3 and
stupid.
9 out. How do I get 3 and 9 out of here?
Well, if you like to, that one.
Coming, of course, from
And that
Canadians
one,
who Americans
and
make fun of our
you can
colorful money
include that one
forever.
if you're feeling
Yes,
generous.
that actually lasts a lot longer.
Taxi, will you rush me over to
Oh,
Walmart right away?
hey.
Bob!
Oh my
Bob
God!
Burgess
that.
Meredith, how are you? Well, you're a sight for sore GIs. How do you feel?
Pretty well.
Look what Spam has done for you. I wondered why I haven't seen you in pictures. Or is this really the reason?
Yes, that's all. Man, you remember Bob Hope used to play in those Bing Crosby pictures.
I think
Hello,
Bob's nose was the inspiration for Burgess's
funny.
nose
Goodbye.
when he did
Oh,
Penguin from
Bob,
Batman.
I saw you last
Penguin,
week. I
that's
saw you
right.
in that picture, The Road to
And
Morocco.
it's
You
got a
saw
beat.
Road to Morocco?
Yeah.
Well, how about that?
Was that journey really necessary?
You did. I'm glad I stopped. Look out, I'll see you.
Say, Bob, wait a
Take me
minute.
to the-
I haven't paid him yet.
You haven't
see.
paid him. Well, give the man
I'm
the
trying
money.
to figure this out. I'm trying to explain to these men
Yeah?
the difference in our money
Bob,
and
you
their
gotta play
money.
a
you
crowd.
Having trouble with your
and
money?
I'm having trouble
Well, I'll
with it.
help you. Come here. Let me see this.
Now, if you could just,
Quite a pile. You've been
if you
saving,
could just
haven't you?
explain to them.
I will. Stand by, fellas. Talk to each other for a second. Now, look, Burgess.
Yeah?
Look, here's the idea. There's a lot
Yeah.
of stuff over here you got to understand. For instance, this kid here, that's the threepenny, you know.
Threepenny.
Threepence. Threepence. Is that right? Threepence?
That's right.
He's
But
making it up.
I like it. How much do you want?
4 and 6 now.
4
on
and
the
Gone
6.
up since you
We'll own a
better have-
cab in a few minutes. But look, you've got a lot of stuff here you'll never need again. You see that stuff? That's
Oh.
heavy. It'll make you lopsided. Don't fool around with that. See, there's the thing there. That's 2 and 6. That's a half a crown. You know what a shilling is?
I know what a shilling.
Yeah, well, you... I see. Now, look.
What a show
Here,
is.
this thing here is... you got any of that other stuff? What is
do
it?
you-
How much is it?
5 and 3 on the clock.
Keep me
It's going
you got any
up,
other
Bob.
stuff there? There is some other stuff
I just
around
got
there.
that folding.
Oh, let me see that. This is a 10-shilling note here,
Yeah.
and this is a pound. That's very handy. Have you got any other kind of money? What do you carry?
Well, I
in
just
there?
I don't even know the
Your old
difference.
laundry or something?
No, I just got this, I got these...
And then you've got the army money on
these,
top
they're
of
very
it.
valuable for a lot of uses. You can use these. But look,
What
you
are
should
those?
concentrate all this money. Get it all together like that, Burgess. See what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
get it all wrapped up like that, and there you've got the whole thing just like that. Say, how much is it right now?
10 and 3.
Ten and threepence. Well, look, I'll take care of it. It'll all pile up. I'll take the whole thing.
Hey, Bob.
That's how Bob paid his writers.
What about the money?
Oh, but Burgess, I explained all that. Now, chin up.
What do you mean chin
Well, it
up?
prevents drooling. Goodbye, old boy. Check with me anytime. Savoy Hotel lobby. All right? Goodbye, boss.
That
was
brilliant.
fantastic. Oh my God, that was awesome.
And that was great, Chris, to have such an entertaining film, and not just entertaining because it was bad film with some stars. What did you think of it in terms of what it was meant to do?
Well, if it was meant to help American soldiers see what it's like to, and the way that they should behave in England, I think it failed. It was, that's not what it was going to do. If anything, if you're coming from, it doesn't matter whether you're American or whatever. If you come from one country and you go to another country, you don't think that you're boorish. You don't think that you don't see yourself as an ignoramus. And by portraying it in such a comical, and as you mentioned in the program, almost cartoon-like way, it was so funny that you're going to get Americans going out there, I think, and they would have intentionally acted that way, because it was almost as if Burgess Meredith was coaxing you into acting like a fool, and Bob Hope was coaxing you into acting like an idiot too.
You know, it's interesting you say that, because I hadn't actually thought about that. I actually did read some of the reaction. The reaction that I read from this film, primarily from the British press, was actually very positive. And maybe
Really?
and maybe that's because they saw Americans in a different way than Americans did. But now, you know, Chris, how
Right.
I really love to keep current, you know, with what the kids are doing and what,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the very newest things are. So I want to play a game with you that's just, it's sweeping the youth of the nation. And I think this is a really appropriate game to play on this occasion. And it's called Burgess or Bob. It's a trivia game
Wow.
where the answer is either Burgess Meredith or Bob Hope, and you have to figure out which one. Now, your son has probably already played this, as you know, all the kids are right
Oh,
now,
of
but I
course he
figured we
has.
could like bring this to the masses and to the old folks like
It's
us.
amazing how in tune you are, Jason. It's astounding just how hip you are. Kids, they used to call him up-to-date Jason back in the day. That's right. That's what you're talking about, up-to-date Jason.
All right, so let me get this ready here, and we can play. So,
Okay.
4 questions for you, and the first 2 are actually directly related to this film. So, question number 1: which one of these 2 actors was actually born in Britain, Burgess or Bob?
I'm gonna have to go Bob on that one.
And you are right. It's Bob Hope, who was
No
born.
way.
Yeah, his original name was Leslie Towns Hope, and he was born in London. So correct. You get a point there.
Okay, all right.
You're
all
good
right.
at this. You're
I had
obviously
a
young
feeling.
at heart.
I had a feeling.
Okay. So second question: which one of these 2 men was an actual serving member of the American Armed Forces? And this is a bit of a tricky question, but you have a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
Only because he's wearing a uniform and he looks like somebody who would have been asked to serve. I'm going to go Burgess Meredith on this one.
And you are right. It is
Yes.
Burgess. Now, the reason this is tricky is that Bob Hope eventually became an honorary veteran
Yes.
because of obviously all of the work he did entertaining the troops in World War II and in Vietnam. So they both have the veteran status, but Burgess was the only one who actually served. He was a captain in the U.S. Air Force, and he also directed and wrote this picture in addition to being in it.
This is a Burgess Meredith.
This is a Burgess Meredith production.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is very good. I mean, I knew he was talented. That's pretty wild. That's a cool piece of trivia.
There we go. So next question: which one of these 2 men, Burgess or Bob, was a lifetime member of the Actors Studio, the prestigious Actors Studio that you may recall from the TV show Inside the Actors Studio? That Actors Studio. Was it Burgess or Bob?
I gotta only because of his longevity. I've got to go Bob Hope.
This is the first time. It is actually Burgess. Burgess was not only a movie and television actor, but he was also a stage actor for many years, and he was incredibly well respected. So he was one of the few people who was actually a lifetime member of the Actors Studio.
Well, I have a lot more. I mean, I've always had great respect for Burgess Meredith, of course, but I've got a lot more respect for him now.
Yeah, he was quite the guy. And our last question, which one of these men lived the longest? Because they were both really active until literally their final days. Who was the oldest, Burgess or Bob? Or lived the longest, I should say.
Jeez. I'm gonna go Burgess Meredith on this one, only because I don't know, maybe he was older. I don't know. He certainly looked the oldest into his final days of acting.
And the answer is Bob.
Oh,
yes, but I can understand why.
Because the last two.
Yeah, Burgess lived to 89, which is a fairly decent age. Bob though lived to 100 years old.
I didn't know that he lived to 100 years old. I swear I had no clue he lived to 100 years old. How did I not know that Bob Hope lived to 100 years old? I know that he was still doing his really campy, cheesy holiday specials into his 80s, but I thought after he disappeared that was it. That's impressive.
Yeah. So, if you're looking for something to do with your kids over the next couple of weeks, play Burgess or Bob. As I mentioned, the young people are loving it.
And then get uninvited everywhere you used to go.
Okay, well, that is another episode of Cheesy Sales Cinema in the books. For Chris May, my name is Jason Reed. We will see you soon.
Bye for now.